Charmed captured the hearts of millions with its thrilling tales of sisterhood and magic, but behind the scenes, the cast endured heartbreaking fates that many fans may not know about. Have you ever wondered what really happened to the actors who brought these iconic characters to life? In this video, we uncover the tragic and untold stories of the 26 cast members of Charmed, who are no longer with us. From shocking accidents to untimely illnesses, these devastating losses left a deep impact on Hollywood and the show's loyal fanbase. Stay tuned to discover the real-life tragedies behind the magic. Rebecca Balding as Elise Rothman. Rebecca Balding brought to life the character of Elise Rothman, the formidable and pragmatic editor-in-chief at the Bay Mirror. Elise was a woman who had seen it all, handling the pressures of running a major newspaper with both firmness and grace. As Phoebe Hallowell's mentor, she provided not only professional guidance but also became a motherly figure, offering Phoebe wisdom and support when she needed it most. Elise's no-nonsense approach to journalism was tempered by a compassionate side, making her a character who was as respected as she was admired. Off-screen, Balding's battle with ovarian cancer mirrored the quiet strength she brought to her role as Elise. Known as the silent killer, ovarian cancer is often diagnosed in its later stages, and Rebecca faced this illness with remarkable dignity. Despite the difficulties of her illness, which included surgery and chemotherapy, Balding continued to maintain her poise and grace in her personal life. After a long fight, she passed away on July 18, 2022, at the age of 73. Her passing was deeply felt by those who knew her work and her courage in facing such a brutal illness. Shannon Doherty as Prue Hallowell. Shannon Doherty's portrayal of Prue Hallowell on Charmed left an unforgettable legacy, capturing the essence of a strong, fiercely protective eldest sister. Prue was the leader of the Hallowell sisters, always carrying the weight of responsibility, whether in her magical duties or family life. Practical, determined, and at times emotionally distant, Prue's telekinetic and astral projection powers mirrored her desire to control her environment and shield those she loved from harm. Behind her tough exterior, however, was a deeply compassionate and vulnerable woman, often struggling with the immense pressure placed upon her in real life. Shannon Doherty's personal strength was reflected in her battle with breast cancer, a struggle that she openly shared with the world. Diagnosed in 2015, Doherty endured years of intensive treatments, including surgery, radiation, and chemotherapy. As her illness progressed to stage 4 in 2020, she continued to fight, remaining positive and raising awareness about cancer prevention and early detection. Her resilience became an inspiration to fans who had grown up watching her on screen, both as Prue and in other roles. Yet, the toll of the disease was immense. After years of battling cancer, Shannon Doherty passed away on July 13, 2024, at the age of 53. Her passing marked the end of a fierce struggle, but her legacy, both on screen and in real life, endures as a symbol of unwavering strength and determination. Billy Drago as Barbas, the Demon of Fear. Billy Drago's portrayal of Barbas, the Demon of Fear, was nothing short of iconic. Barbas was one of Charmed's most menacing and memorable villains, a master manipulator who thrived on exploiting people's deepest fears. His sadistic delight in watching his victims unravel was chilling, and Drago brought a calm, calculated malevolence to the role that made Barbas unforgettable. Barbas was more than just another demon. He was the embodiment of psychological terror, able to prey on the most intimate vulnerabilities of his victims, and Drago's eerily composed performance made him a fan-favorite antagonist. Outside of his dark roles, Billy Drago was known to be soft-spoken and gentle, a far cry from the terrifying characters he often portrayed. In his later years, Drago suffered a stroke, a debilitating condition that can impact speech, mobility, and overall quality of life. The stroke left him with complications that he was unable to fully recover from, and on June 24, 2019, at the age of 73, he passed away. His death marked the loss of a beloved character actor, whose talents in bringing villains like Barbas to life left a lasting impression on the world of television. Denise Dows as the Angel of Destiny. Denise Dows embodied grace and celestial wisdom in her portrayal of the Angel of Destiny on Charmed. As the overseer of fates, her character arrived at pivotal moments in the Hallowell sisters' lives, making life-altering decisions that would shape the course of their destinies. With her serene presence and soft-spoken authority, Dows brought a profound sense of calm to the role, and her performance captured the ethereal nature of the Angel of Destiny. In real life, however, Denise Dows faced an entirely different kind of battle. In the summer of 2022, Dows was suddenly struck by meningitis, a severe infection that causes inflammation of the membranes surrounding the brain and spinal cord. Initially, her symptoms were mild: headaches, fever, and fatigue, but within days, they escalated rapidly. She was rushed to the hospital as her condition worsened, falling into a coma as the infection ravaged her system. Her family and friends hoped for a miracle, but the illness proved too aggressive. On August 13, 2022, at the age of 64, Denise Dows passed away, leaving behind a legacy of grace, strength, and a career filled with powerful performances. Michael Gilden as Finnegan. Michael Gilden's portrayal of Finnegan, the mischievous yet kind-hearted leprechaun, brought a light-hearted charm to Charmed. Finnegan's small stature belied his enormous courage and loyalty, as he often found himself aiding the Hallowell sisters in moments of magical peril. With his playful, sprightly nature, Finnegan was a beloved character who brought a touch of whimsy to the show's darker moments. Behind his impish smile, however, was a deep understanding of the magical world, often offering insights and advice that reflected a maturity beyond his years. But Michael Gilden's personal life was marked by silent struggles. While he broke barriers in Hollywood as an actor and stunt performer with dwarfism, Gilden faced immense personal battles, including depression. Despite his outward success, the weight of these struggles became too much. In the months leading up to his passing, Gilden withdrew from friends and colleagues, his depression deepening into a dark place from which he could not escape. On December 5, 2006, at the age of 44, Michael Gilden died by suicide, shocking those who knew him. His death was a tragic reminder of the invisible battles many face, and his passing left a profound sense of loss in the entertainment industry. Matthew McGrory as the Ogre. Matthew McGrory's portrayal of the Ogre in Charmed was unforgettable. Towering at over 7 feet tall, McGrory's physical presence made him perfect for the role of the intimidating and fearsome creature. His character, though menacing in appearance, often showed vulnerability and depth, and McGrory's ability to bring nuance to such an imposing figure added layers to the Ogre's persona. Despite the fear he instilled, there was always a hint of sadness behind the character's eyes, suggesting a misunderstood being trapped by his own nature and real life. McGrory's towering height was due to a rare condition called acromegaly, which often comes with severe health complications. Throughout his life, McGrory faced a number of health challenges related to his size, but he rarely let them hinder his passion for acting. However, his health deteriorated rapidly in 2005. By August of that year, McGrory was struggling with severe heart problems. On August 9, 2005, at the young age of 32, McGrory passed away due to heart failure. His death was a profound loss, cutting short a promising career that was defined by his unique talent and unforgettable screen presence. Peter Siragusa as Bauer. Peter Siragusa's portrayal of Bauer in Charmed was that of a stern, authoritative figure. Bauer's commanding presence often placed him at odds with the Hallowell sisters, but Siragusa's performance hinted at a depth beyond the character's surface. His ability to bring subtlety and intensity to his role made Bauer memorable, even in his brief appearances on the show. Siragusa's death came suddenly and unexpectedly. In late 2022, Siragusa began feeling unwell, initially dismissing his symptoms as fatigue from his busy schedule. But as the days passed, his condition worsened. What began as general tiredness escalated into a severe illness, and Siragusa was hospitalized in early October. Despite the best efforts of medical professionals, his health continued to decline rapidly. On October 11, 2022, Siragusa passed away at the age of 67, leaving his loved ones and fans in shock. The suddenness of his death added to the tragedy, as those close to him had little time to say their goodbyes. Bruce Gray as Keel. Bruce Gray's portrayal of Keel, the wise elder on Charmed, was one of calm authority and ancient wisdom. As a member of the magical ruling council, Keel played a key role in guiding the Hallowell sisters through their most difficult decisions. Gray brought a quiet dignity to the role, making Keel a figure of reverence and respect. However, Gray's final years were marked by a personal battle far more daunting than any he faced on screen. Diagnosed with brain cancer in 2016, Gray underwent surgery and treatment in an attempt to halt the disease's progression. At first, there was hope as the cancer seemed to be responding to treatment. Gray remained optimistic, continuing to work when he could, but as the months passed, the cancer returned, more aggressive than before. By mid-2017, the symptoms of his illness had become too severe to ignore: memory loss, confusion, and debilitating headaches. Gray's health deteriorated rapidly, and by December of that year, he was in the final stages of his battle. Surrounded by family and close friends, Bruce Gray passed away on December 13, 2017, at the age of 81, leaving behind a legacy of wisdom, grace, and quiet strength that will be remembered long after his passing. Henry Gibson as the Sandman. Henry Gibson's portrayal of the Sandman in Charmed was gentle and mystical, a character who brought dreams to life and helped people access their subconscious. Gibson infused the Sandman with a quiet, ethereal charm, making him both comforting and otherworldly. As a character, the Sandman was a figure of peace, guiding the Hallowell sisters and others through their dreamscapes, helping them face their deepest fears and desires. Gibson's performance gave the Sandman an almost poetic presence, a character whose very existence seemed tied to the magic of the dream world. Off-screen, Gibson faced a battle of his own as he was diagnosed with cancer later in life. Despite his diagnosis, Gibson continued to work for as long as he could, his dedication to his craft unwavering. As his illness progressed, he gradually retreated from the public eye, spending his final months in the care of family and close friends. On September 14, 2009, Henry Gibson passed away at the age of 73, leaving behind a legacy as one of Hollywood's most beloved character actors. Billy Beck as the Demonic Wizard. Billy Beck's portrayal of the demonic wizard in Charmed brought a sinister edge to the show. As the cunning and malevolent wizard, Beck's character was always plotting, using his sharp intellect and dark magic to manipulate events to his advantage. Beck's performance, with his piercing gaze and subtle yet powerful presence, made the demonic wizard a truly fearsome villain, one whose every move seemed calculated and ruthless. Beck, who had a long career in film and television, lived to see his 90s but faced serious health problems in his later years. After battling the effects of congestive heart failure, a condition in which the heart becomes too weak to pump blood effectively, Beck's health gradually declined. His heart condition left him increasingly frail, and he spent the last months of his life in and out of medical care. On June 29, 2011, Billy Beck passed away at the age of 91. And Haney as Ant Gail. And Haney portrayed Ant Gail on Charmed, a character who was both loving and deeply flawed. Gail's desperation to reclaim her youth and health led her down a manipulative path, betraying the Hallowell sisters in her attempt to make a deal with evil forces. Haney's performance captured this complex emotional arc with skill, showing both the love Gail had for her nieces and the dangerous choices she made out of fear and desperation. It was a portrayal of a woman whose good intentions were warped by the fear of aging and loss, making her both sympathetic and tragic. In real life, Haney struggled with her own health in her later years. Known for her dedication to acting even as she aged, Haney was diagnosed with heart issues that worsened over time. Despite her spirited nature, her heart condition led to frequent hospital visits, and her once vibrant energy began to wane. On May 26, 2001, and Haney passed away at the age of 67 due to heart failure. Richard Lynch as Cronin. Richard Lynch's portrayal of Cronin, the sinister sorcerer devoted to the dark arts, left a lasting impression on Charmed viewers. Cronin was a character consumed by power, constantly scheming and manipulating others in his quest to further his dark magical ambitions. Lynch, known for his ability to portray villainous characters with chilling authenticity, brought a menacing presence to the role. Cronin was not just a typical villain, he was a master of deception and darkness, and Lynch's gravelly voice and intense stare gave the character a truly malevolent edge. In real life, Richard Lynch's life took a quieter, though equally fateful, turn. By the time of his passing in 2012, Lynch had lived through many chapters in his life, both in front of the camera and away from it. Having spent decades playing villains, Lynch's health began to decline due to natural causes. As his body grew weaker, his once powerful voice and commanding presence faded. On June 19, 2012, at the age of 72, Richard Lynch passed away peacefully. Tyler Christopher as Anton. Tyler Christopher portrayed Anton, a charming yet manipulative warlock with a troubled and dark past in Charmed. As Anton, Christopher brought a seductive charisma to the role, using his good looks and sharp wit to deceive and control those around him. Behind his charm, however, was a dangerous and power-hungry warlock, driven by ambition and his thirst for dark magic. Anton's tragic backstory, marked by betrayal, loss, and a desire for revenge, was reflected in the depth of Christopher's performance, making the character both villainous and tragic. Off-screen, Tyler Christopher struggled with personal demons of his own. A long battle with alcohol took a significant toll on his health and well-being. Despite his successes as an actor, Christopher's private life was often filled with turmoil. His addiction to alcohol began to affect his career and relationships, leading to several stints in rehab. Tragically, on Halloween night in 2023, Christopher passed away at the age of 50. His cause of death was positional asphyxia brought on by acute alcohol intoxication, a heartbreaking end to a life marked by immense talent but also by deep personal struggles. Jeanette Miller as adult Christina Larson. Jeanette Miller played the role of adult Christina Larson in Charmed, a character imbued with wisdom and nurturing qualities that made her a beloved figure among the Hallowell sisters. As Christina, Miller radiated a warm, maternal presence, guiding the younger characters through their turbulent lives with kindness and profound insights. Her ability to convey depth of emotion made Christina a pivotal character during times of crisis, providing support and wisdom that resonated with both the characters and the audience. In her later years, Jeanette Miller faced her own battles. As she approached her 80s, her health began to decline, but her spirit remained unyielding. However, in the months leading up to her passing on November 4, 2016, at the age of 84, she experienced increasing health issues that left her more fragile than ever. Her family reported that she had been hospitalized several times due to complications related to her age, including heart problems and respiratory issues. Even in her final days, Jeanette's unwavering spirit shone through as she continued to offer advice and love to her family, mirroring the nurturing role she portrayed on screen. Pamela Gordon as Amanda. Pamela Gordon brought a mysterious and enigmatic quality to the role of Amanda in Charmed. Amanda, a character shrouded in secrecy, always seemed to know more than she let on, her presence unsettling yet captivating. Gordon's portrayal of Amanda was marked by an air of quiet intensity, making her one of the more intriguing characters to cross paths with the Hallowell sisters. With her knowing glances and cryptic warnings, Amanda was a character who seemed to have one foot in the mortal world and one in the supernatural, her motivations often unclear but her power undeniable. In real life, Pamela Gordon was battling her own unseen struggles. In 2003, she was diagnosed with esophageal cancer, a vicious disease that slowly ravaged her body. As the cancer spread, it affected her ability to breathe, leading to pulmonary failure in her final months. Gordon's illness was swift and unforgiving, and on September 21, 2003, she passed away at the age of 66. Her death marked the end of a long and diverse career, and her portrayal of Amanda remains a haunting memory for fans of Charmed. Joseph Evan Tata as Police Inspector. Joseph Evan Tata brought to life the character of a police inspector in Charmed, portraying an authoritative figure known for his determination and keen sense of justice. Tata's performance embodied the essence of a dedicated law enforcement officer, whose primary goal was to protect the innocent and uphold the law, often putting him at odds with the supernatural elements at play. His stern demeanor was softened by a deep-seated desire to understand the complexities of the cases he encountered, reflecting the nuanced portrayal that Tata was known for throughout his career. As he aged, Joseph Evan Tata faced the heartbreaking decline associated with Alzheimer's disease. Initially, he remained active and engaged with his fans, sharing stories from his long career in Hollywood. However, as the disease progressed, Tata's vibrant personality began to fade. Loved ones noted the significant changes in his behavior, with moments of confusion and forgetfulness becoming more pronounced. The once authoritative figure became increasingly reliant on the care of family and friends, who lovingly supported him through this difficult journey. On August 24, 2022, at the age of 85, Tata passed away due to complications from Alzheimer's. Scott Plank as Eric Lohman. Scott Plank portrayed Eric Lohman, a determined and ambitious reporter in Charmed. Lohman was a character driven by the pursuit of truth, and his determination often led him into dangerous situations. Plank's portrayal was intense and captivating, embodying a character who would stop at nothing to get the story he wanted, even if it meant putting himself in harm's way. There was a certain vulnerability beneath his ambition, a sense that Lohman, like so many others, was caught in something far bigger than himself, and Plank brought this nuance to life in his performance. Sadly, Scott Plank's life was cut tragically short. On October 24, 2002, Plank was involved in a severe car accident that left him with life-threatening injuries. Despite the efforts of doctors to save him, Plank succumbed to his injuries later that day at the age of 43. His untimely death shocked his fans and colleagues alike, as he was in the prime of his career and still had so much to offer. Suzanne Kow as Imara. Suzanne Kow's portrayal of Imara, a powerful demonic sorceress in Charmed, captivated audiences with her commanding presence and relentless ambition. Imara was driven by a fierce envy, determined to outshine those around her. Krull infused the character with an enigmatic charm that made her both alluring and formidable, often leading to intense confrontations with the Hallowell sisters. The depth of Amara's character mirrored Krull's own complexities, reflecting a woman who was passionate and driven. In the years following her departure from Charmed, Krull faced a heartbreaking reality when she was struck by a sudden health crisis. It began with a series of debilitating headaches that she initially dismissed as stress. However, as the weeks passed, the pain grew more intense and persistent. After numerous visits to the doctor, Krull received the shocking diagnosis of a ruptured aortic aneurysm. The news felt surreal, as she was a fighter, known for her strength and resilience. As Krull prepared for surgery, she remained hopeful, drawing strength from her loved ones and fans who supported her through the ordeal. The surgery was complex, but she emerged with a glimmer of hope, believing that she could conquer this challenge as she had so many in her career. However, her recovery was fraught with complications. She struggled with severe pain and had to undergo additional procedures, each more taxing than the last. And the final stages of her life, Krull's condition worsened. On July 28, 2013, at the age of 47, Suzanne Krull passed away, leaving behind a legacy of strength and passion. William Morgan Shepherd as Merrill. William Morgan Shepherd brought a mystical and wise presence to his role as Merrill in Charmed. His character was not just a source of knowledge. He embodied the essence of magic and wisdom, often serving as a mentor to the Hallowell sisters. Shepherd's portrayal was marked by a dignified gravitas, drawing viewers into the rich tapestry of the magical world he inhabited. His ability to deliver profound insights with a touch of mystery made Merrill a memorable character in the series. As time passed, William Morgan Shepherd faced the inevitable decline that comes with aging. In his later years, he battled health issues that affected his mobility and overall vitality. Despite these challenges, Shepherd maintained his passion for acting, continuing to take on roles that showcased his immense talent. On January 6, 2019, at the age of 86, he passed away, leaving behind a legacy of rich characters and unforgettable performances. Frances Bay as Old Phoebe. Frances Bay portrayed Old Phoebe, a gentle and wise version of the beloved Phoebe Hallowell in Charmed. Her character brought a unique perspective, showcasing the wisdom that comes with age and experience. Bay's portrayal was filled with a soothing presence that resonated deeply with the audience. She offered guidance to the younger Hallowell sisters, reminding them of the importance of love, compassion, and family bonds. Through her warm smile and nurturing demeanor, Frances Bay breathed life into a character that became a cherished part of the series. However, Frances Bay's later years were fraught with health challenges. In the years leading up to her passing on September 15, 2011, at the age of 92, Bay faced various health complications, including a series of infections that plagued her. These health issues left her in and out of the hospital, battling through each setback with grace and resilience. Despite the pain and discomfort she endured, her spirit remained undeterred, as she continued to share her wisdom and love with family and friends. Elizabeth Sung as Mrs. Chow. In Charmed, Elizabeth Sung embodied the character of Mrs. Chow, a warm and nurturing presence who provided comfort and wisdom to the Hallowell sisters. Mrs. Chow was a symbol of maternal love, her character representing the importance of family bonds and support during trying times. Sung's heartfelt portrayal made her an audience favorite, as she effortlessly balanced kindness with a quiet strength. However, in her personal life, Sung faced an insidious foe, lymphoma. The diagnosis came after a series of unexplained symptoms: fatigue, weight loss, and persistent fevers that she initially attributed to stress. As the months passed, her condition deteriorated, leading her to seek medical attention. Tests revealed the devastating news: she was diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma. Despite the shock and fear, Sung approached her battle with the same grace she portrayed on screen. Determined to fight for her life, she began her treatment. She faced the harsh realities of chemotherapy. The side effects were debilitating, robbing her of the energy that once defined her. Yet, even as she struggled, Sung remained a beacon of hope for those around her, sharing her journey through social media, inspiring many with her resilience and positivity. However, the disease proved relentless, and as her health continued to decline, she found herself in and out of the hospital for treatments that seemed increasingly futile. On May 22, 2018, at the age of 63, Elizabeth Sung passed away, leaving a profound impact on all who knew her. J. Karen Thomas as Harriet Lane. J. Karen Thomas brought Harriet Lane to life in Charmed, a character marked by her determination and resilience. Harriet was a powerful force in the series, always ready to stand up for what she believed in, embodying the strength and courage that defined Thomas as an actress. Her portrayal resonated deeply with audiences, showcasing a woman who faced adversities head-on, never backing down from a challenge. In her personal life, however, Thomas faced a daunting battle with multiple myeloma, a type of blood cancer that attacks the plasma cells in the bone marrow. It began with a series of unexplained symptoms: fatigue, bone pain, and unexpected weight loss. Initially, she brushed them off as mere signs of aging or stress, but as her condition deteriorated, she sought medical help. The diagnosis shocked her and those close to her, revealing the true extent of her illness. She began treatment. Thomas displayed the same strength that defined Harriet Lane. She endured rounds of chemotherapy, each session taking a toll on her physically and emotionally. The side effects were brutal: nausea, hair loss, and overwhelming fatigue. As the months went by, the disease proved relentless. Despite her determination, Thomas faced numerous setbacks, including infections and complications that required extended hospital stays. Each visit chipped away at her hope, yet she continued to fight, embodying the very essence of the character she portrayed. On March 26, 2015, at the age of 50, J. Karen Thomas passed away, leaving behind a legacy of strength and resilience that inspired countless others to confront their own battles with courage. Larry Holden as Jeff Carlton. Larry Holden's portrayal of Jeff Carlton in Charmed showcased a character driven by ambition and a desire for power. Holden brought a compelling intensity to the role, creating a character who was relentless in his pursuit of success, often at odds with the Hallowell sisters. His performance captivated audiences, and he became known for his ability to convey both determination and vulnerability. Yet, in his personal life, Holden faced a devastating battle with cancer. The diagnosis came as a shock, revealed after he began experiencing severe pain and fatigue. Initially, he dismissed the symptoms as stress from work, but when the pain became unbearable, he sought medical attention. The diagnosis of stage 4 cancer turned his world upside down, thrusting him into a fight for his life. Holden approached treatment with the same determination that characterized his roles. He underwent grueling chemotherapy sessions, battling the debilitating side effects that left him exhausted and weak. Despite the challenges, he continued to work on projects, fueled by his love for acting and a desire to inspire others. However, the toll of the illness became increasingly evident as the months passed. In his final weeks, Holden's condition worsened significantly. On February 13, 2011, at the age of 49, Larry Holden succumbed to his illness, leaving behind a legacy of compelling performances and an indomitable spirit. David Carradine as Tempest. David Carradine's role as Tempest in Charmed was a testament to his incredible talent. Tempest was a time-manipulating demon who used his powers to bend the fabric of reality to his will. Carradine's portrayal brought a sinister charm to the character, captivating viewers with his complex motivations and manipulative tactics. He skillfully navigated the line between villainy and charisma, making Tempest a memorable adversary for the Hallowell sisters. However, behind the scenes, Carradine's life was marred by struggles that few knew about. On June 3, 2009, at the age of 72, he tragically passed away from accidental asphyxiation, a shocking end to a life filled with creative brilliance. In the months leading up to his death, Carradine had been wrestling with personal demons, including bouts of depression and substance abuse. Friends and family noted that he had been in a dark place, struggling to find peace amid the chaos. Coolio as the Lazarus Demon. Coolio's portrayal of the Lazarus Demon in Charmed was unforgettable, infusing the character with a menacing and relentless energy. The demon was resurrected to cause chaos, embodying a darker side that Coolio brought to life with his signature charisma and intensity. Audiences were captivated by his performance, which combined humor and terror, making the Lazarus Demon one of the more memorable antagonists in the series. However, behind the scenes, Coolio faced personal demons that would ultimately lead to his tragic downfall. He battled substance abuse for many years, a struggle that was exacerbated by the pressures of fame and the challenges of maintaining a career in the ever-evolving entertainment industry. Despite his efforts to seek help and improve his situation, the allure of his past would often pull him back into the depths of addiction. On September 28, 2022, at the age of 59, Coolio tragically passed away due to an accidental overdose. In the weeks leading up to his death, friends and family noticed signs of distress, as he seemed withdrawn and less engaged in the world around him. The vibrant energy that once defined him began to fade, overshadowed by the weight of his struggles. Jeff Corey as a council member. Jeff Corey played a council member in Charmed, bringing a sense of authority and wisdom to the role. His character served as a guiding force, providing the Hallowell sisters with advice and support in their quest against evil. Corey's performance was marked by a depth of experience and gravitas, reflecting his extensive background in acting and directing. However, in his later years, Corey faced a tragic fall that would alter the course of his life. After suffering a significant injury, he was hospitalized and faced a grueling recovery process. Initially optimistic, Corey found himself struggling with complications that arose from the fall. As he battled against the physical limitations imposed by his injuries, he encountered a series of setbacks that made recovery increasingly difficult. On August 16, 2002, at the age of 88, Jeff Corey passed away due to complications from his fall. His death marked the loss of a remarkable talent, leaving behind a legacy of performances that reflected both authority and wisdom, echoing the spirit of the character he portrayed. Corey's passing was a poignant reminder of the unpredictability of life and the importance of cherishing each moment. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Charmed, and who do you miss the most among them? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to see the latest videos.